bloodiest time during the French Revolution. Many people were executed, and those that weren't lived in fear of being on the next list. Its first victim was the former king, Louis XVI, and its last was the man who was responsible for it, Robespierre. How many were killed during this time is unclear, but the number is approximately 40,000. We will be traveling back in time to experience its last days. Robespierre has been detained and is awaiting execution. He upset the other people in control of the revolution and had wanted the reign of terror to continue, while others wanted the revolution to take a more peaceful course. We are traveling back to the year 1794 now. We are here in France. Carts rumble over the cobblestone streets, and the sound of laughter and tears reach my ears. Excitement is wafting through the air. Oh look, here's a character from Charles Dickens' book, A Tale of Two Cities. Dr. Mannette, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Oh, of course not, my dear.
All right, so why are you here in France when you prefer the climate and atmosphere of England?
I am here to witness the execution of a man whom I once thought of as a savior.
Oh, and who is this man?
Defarge, but let's not dwell on that fact, my dear. Do you have any other questions? I need to go grab a seat.
Yeah, sure. What do you think of revolutionaries like Robespierre?
He's a violent man. He is the fire that is fueling the already burning sensation of the revolution. He has caused the deaths of many, of thousands of innocent people. He executes people by, if they make simple mistakes, like calling someone Monsieur or Madame instead of citizen.
But aren't you contradicting yourself, because you yourself are now going to execution?
My dear, that is different. Defarge caused my family much pain. He's a terrible man. We want a finale, a closure. He is not just someone who's being executed because he hasn't done anything wrong. He has a reason to be gone from this world.
Could you expand more on how he relates to you?
I was one of those individuals who was imprisoned during the French Revolution. Just because my morals and ideals didn't match a man of higher power, I was imprisoned for 18 agonizing years. After I got out of prison, the Defarge family continued to relentlessly torture and abuse my family. I just want this to be over.
Thank you for your time. I hope all of your loose ends are tied up.
Thank you, my dear. I need to go now.
So let's walk along the streets of 18th century Paris, looking for someone to talk to. Hello, would you like to be interviewed on your opinions of the French Revolution?
Oui, I have many great opinions about the revolution.
Alright, well, for starters, could I have some background information, like, what's your name, and what are you doing looking at these old lists?
My name is The Vengeance, and I'm not looking at the lists, I'm waiting for the new ones to be posted. They're lists of who is to be executed. I have not missed one yet.
What are on the list?
People who are to be executed by la guillotine.
And what would you have to do to get on one of these lists?
Well, you could murder someone, or even not being enthusiastic enough about the revolution is enough to get your head chopped off.
Anyways, what do you think caused the revolution?
Well, many things. But the nobles have been unfair. People like me, we need to stand up against the nobles to show them that they cannot boss us around. The king and queen have been spending all of our money, especially the queen. I hate her. They've been ruining our financial stability of La France. Not only is this problem economic, it's also social. Without money, we cannot afford food. Without food, we can't eat, and then we starve. There are many starving men and women and children here. Oh look, I think a new list is about to be posted.
Robespierre? Defarge? Are these people that were for the revolution?
Do you speak against the revolutions and for these traitors?
No, of course not. I was merely asking.
Good. You look like you would betray France. You wouldn't betray France, would you?
No, of course not. Could I perhaps speak to the prisoner?
Why do you want to speak with him?
Perhaps to ask him a few questions?
Very well. Follow me.
Monsieur, Citizen Defarge.
Calls.
Why are you here?
Who are you?
That doesn't matter. Why are you being led to execution?
I've been betrayed by my own country. I betrayed myself.
But weren't you an avid supporter of the revolution?
I am, but times have changed.
What is your opinion of the revolution?
I think it's a great thing. And I'm really glad it happened in my lifetime. I'm just not glad I fell a victim to it. But if it's for the revolution, I will take that sacrifice. The people of higher social class were being really unfair and treating us badly. Even bourgeoisies were treated badly. The king and the nobles needed a lesson. They were climbing up while pushing us down.
But why are you here?
My wife was killed trying to rid the world of people who didn't deserve to die. And I was blamed for it. I don't know where it went wrong.
I'm sorry for your fate.
There's nothing you can do now. The revolution did what it was supposed to do.
Robespierre?
What do you want?
I just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Why does it matter? I've lost.
What do you mean you've lost?
Everything went wrong. The men in the Committee of Public Safety are a threat to the revolutions. The Jacobins have strayed. This is a mistake.
What have you contributed to the revolution?
You know who I am, right? I'm Maximilian Robespierre, the greatest man the revolution has ever seen. I have created the Festival of Supreme Being, 18 Prairial II. The revolution will be just as grand as the one across the sea. America and France will be free from kings.
Well then, why are you here?
My men, my own friends, just went soft on me. I presented a speech to them, and they just yelled me down. And now I'm to be executed just like King Charles I.
Well, not exactly. He was executed because he was the king, and because he led an army in the English Civil War and was on the losing side. You don't have an army.
King Charles may have had armies, but I had my people. I gave them a speech that influenced them, that violence was the way. It was more to strike terror in people, to make it peaceful again. So we had no ruler over us. We wanted it our way.
Thank you for your time, Robespierre. I'm sorry for your fate.
Just leave.
Well, the French Revolution,
Find how they just gotta kill themselves.
according to what I just heard, Robespierre and his friends have tried to kill themselves.
Who is she?
I'm just a reporter. I was asking Robespierre some questions, and then I left and I heard some gunshots.
You shouldn't be here.
Well, since I already am, can I ask you a few questions?
What?
Well, what just happened?
Robespierre and his friends tried to kill themselves. Robespierre survived, but the other two are dead.
What do you think the effect of Robespierre's death is?
France is free now, I suppose. But it'll go back to monarchy. I'm sure of it. It's as much as I hate to say it, it's inevitable. There will be kings again, and France will fall back into monarchy.
Oh, I have to go.
Me too. Goodbye.
Well, now I'm returning to 2010. Robespierre's suicide attempt failed, and he was executed on July 28, 1794. Most people argue that this ended the Reign of Terror, and ultimately ended the radical part of the revolution, even though France was still in economic turmoil. The country had turned to a more peaceful aspect of the revolution, and there was a period of time when the country was a republic. It did not have a monarch until years later, when Napoleon declared himself emperor in 1804. The peasants got what they wanted. The old regime was thrown out for a new one, and to this day, France still has a constitution.
laughing.
Smack him.
He has encouraged the violence and death of the Great Terror.
I forgot the line.
He thinks that death is always the solution. We're free now.
Okay.
Monsieur.
I'm glad I started recording.
Yes, we're gonna move this. So, oh, okay, got it, I got it. Okay. Got it. There, Defarge. Okay.
Okay, well, let's show the camera the horse.
He broke
The
her
horsey. Jason, aren't you going against the words that you just stated? Could you expand more? Did I say that? Okay, could you expand more on how this... According to what I just heard, Robespierre and his friends tried to kill themselves.
Who is she?
And so did the guard. They all tried to kill themselves.
Suicide! Boom!
A little bit. Okay. Don't smile. You're sad.
The only way that we could create virtue and peace in France. In France now.